All righty, that's great. So the class today, the class on Thursday, and the class on Saturday, I will record all three classes. And what I'd like for you to do is when I'm gone, June 8th, it'll be June 8th, the 10th, and the 12th, you'll ride these three classes in sequence. Okay, does that make sense? So those will be the last three that are put on in the library. And if you want me to just copy and paste you to your URL, I'll be happy to do that. We can talk about that before next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday. Okay, does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, great. You're welcome, Steve. I'd do anything for you. You know that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I know we're about a minute early, but that's okay. We got a 10-minute warm up coming into the class today. Now, just nice and easy to warm up. So we're going to stay between 70 and 80 RPMs all the way through this 10-minute warm up. So let's go ahead. Carolina, how are you?
Good.
Good. Good. Nice to see you today. Good to see you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started beginning now. So 70 to 80 RPMs. Let's just begin by using our strong pedal stroke. So as far as connecting the pedal stroke is what I wanted to say. So feet are flat as they can be. There's no push down. There's no pull up on that pedal stroke. It's just nice and smooth with no hesitation. So let's go ahead and move forward into that 70 to 80 with your warm-up gear only. So those of you who know your zones or know about where your zones will be, Norma, I'm going to help you with this one, okay? With your heart rate. And if you have power, output, wattage, something like that, you can utilize that today too as well. Good morning, Deborah. Great to see you. Yeah, good. Good to see you. So 70 to 80 RPMs, utilize what you've typically used for your warm-up gear. We're going to be adding warm-up gear. We're going to be adding gear to the warm-up towards the end of the warm-up. So 10 minutes long, 70 to 80 RPMs. We're not accelerating any faster than that through the warm-up. So it gives you plenty of time to get yourself situated, not just physically, but mentally. And well, you know, connection is important too, even emotionally. Just bring yourself into the room, put yourself on the bike, let go of whatever's bothering you outside of it, and just focus on you. Give yourself this grace today. So we're going to be doing flats today. So that means fast riding, which we typically do, but we're also going to be doing a series of rolling hills. So that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today with zone 2 training. Popping up into zone 3 occasionally, but we're not lifting this into zone 4 at all today. So we're going to just spend the majority of the time in zone 2. Now, this is going to be the most challenging part. So the most challenging part is to try to get to zone 2 in 10 minutes. So that's going to be challenging, you know, especially some of you who are just jumping on the bike. So those of you who have been kind of warming up while we've been chatting the last 30 minutes, you're probably going to be ready to start adding resistance in. But what we're going to be trying to do is start to lift that heart rate out of zone 1 into the bottom of zone 2 by the end of the warm up, and then we transition right into stage 1. So that could be challenging for some of you, and don't let that be bother you. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Don't worry about it. But I think this is going to be a really important class because we have a lot of benefits from this class, and we'll talk about all the benefits that we're going to achieve from this class, other than the 80 to 90 RPMs, which is what we're here for symptomatic management. So we'll be talking more or less about all the cardiovascular training that we're going to be doing and why we're doing it. When our coach Steve was here, our neurologist last week, who is now a Parkinson cycling coach, he was very interested in that. He goes, I can't even think of one time you referenced their Parkinson's. And I said, yeah. And it was like, this is run like any other class. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Because we all know why we're here. We don't need to hear it. You know, we don't need to hear about it. we're here to get stronger cardiovascularly, upper back, mid back, open our chest, leg strength, things like that, flexibility, gait, all those things that you're benefited through this class to get through your day a little bit easier. So that's kind of what we're doing now. So, okay, so you're counting down to 5 minutes into the warm up. So don't let anything discourage you right now. Don't let anything discourage you right now. If you feel like, oh my gosh, that sounds like it's going to be too tough, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We can always scale it back. It just depends on how you're feeling today. So you're still 70 to 80. Are you hydrating throughout this warm up? That would be a really good idea. Really good idea. So great job. Great job. Susan, oh, you're not in Philadelphia anymore. Where are you?
I'm at the shore.
You're at the shore. That's
The Jersey Shore.
The
Down
Jersey.
short.
Oh, we're happy you're here. How's the weather?
It's cool this morning, but it's been beautiful.
Good. I'm so happy. Yeah, North Carolina got all the rain, so there you go. They kept all the rain a little bit south of you, so that was wonderful. That was so nice of you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Steve.
Where on the Jersey Shore?
Spring Lake. No one knows it. It's near Manasquan, south of Asbury Park. It's north of Long Beach Island.
Mhm.
My
Yeah.
sister has a place in Avalon.
Avalon, that's pretty. That's south. That's more of a south of Philadelphia.
Oh, south of Philadelphia even. Oh, that's interesting.
Go south down
Uh-huh.
there. It's
Uh-huh.
more towards New York.
And I know I've told you this, Susan, but I spent my childhood summers in Beach Haven. And I just read an article. I mean, when we used to go to Beach Haven, everybody load another resistance turn now, another resistance turn, say 70 to 80. My
Yeah.
mom and my aunt used to just send us down there, and we were like 6, 7, 8, a bunch of cousins. And we would just about die every time we get in the water because the undertow was so bad, pulled us out, rolled us around, and barely able to catch our breath. And we go back out, catch our breath, and we go back in again. No lifeguard, no nothing. We're all lucky to be alive.
Sink or swim.
Yeah, that's right.
This is where my husband grew up with his family and his grandparents.
Oh, that's cool. I think my aunt still has her house there, so she loves Beach Haven, loves it. She especially loves it during the winter when there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful area.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I don't know if I ever shared that with you. So anyway, so Susan from Toronto, great to see you today. Very great to see you. We're happy you're here today. We've got 3 more minutes of the warm up. So let's go ahead and start to think about how we're feeling today. If you know your zones, we're going to be pushing up to zone 2 now in the last 2.5 minutes of this ride for warm up. So that's going to be a little different than what we typically do. We usually stay in zone 1 throughout the warm up and part of zone 1, and we'll do that again. But for today, we're just going to challenge ourselves a little bit. So go ahead and if it's available to you, load another resistance turn and just hold that right there. Now, this is the key. If you're running close to 70, you're giving yourself a lot of extra resistance to get the heart rate up. If you can get up towards 80, you're going to see the results of that pretty quickly. So if you can do that now with that extra resistance on, please do it. So Deborah, Susan in Toronto, we actually talked about these next 3 classes, today being one, the one that we'll do on Thursday and Saturday. We're all going to record, and I'm going to send those to you or offer this to you as a block for with the 3 classes that I'm going to miss. So I want you to kind of know where you're supposed to be during all those rides. So instead of, just randomly choosing a ride and maybe working a little harder than you need to. So we'll talk about that as the time goes. Okay, so we've got 90 more seconds of the warm-up, 90 more seconds of the warm-up. So our goal was 10 minutes in the warm-up. Our goal was 10 minutes in the warm up, 70 to 80 RPMs with enough resistance to start dragging our heart rate up into zone 2. Not into zone 2, right at the low end of zone 2 where you cross over. So we've got another minute to get there. Now, the longer you need to do that, we need to stay in the warm up just a little bit longer, we can do that if you need to, okay? You can do that. All righty, so hold it right here. 55 more seconds to go. So you're closer to 80 than you are to 70. We want to see success pretty rapidly here with the heart rate. Just do the best you can. And if today's not a good day, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be that way. We can amend it accordingly. Okay, great job. So 30 more seconds to go. If you haven't hydrated, you need to hydrate because we're going to bump it right into stage 1 unless you need to stay here a little bit longer. So stage 1 will be 5 minutes, 80 to 85 RPMs. So what I want you to do is I want you to start lifting that heart rate up. After stage 1, you're going to get to recover, and we'll talk more about what we're going to achieve today. 8 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go. Now, if you're not at 80 yet, you need to get to 80 right now. Okay, now we've got 5 minutes. Let's go right into zone 1. I know we could stay in the warm up, but let's get into zone 1. 5 minutes, 80 to 85 RPMs. Now I want you to start thinking about where your heart rates are right now. If you need to bump this up to 85, I want you to do it now so you can get that heart rate to start lifting. Norma, what's your heart rate right now?
85.
That's perfect. You're perfect. You're perfect. In fact, Norma, are you at 85 right now?
Yes.
Okay, you can even drop it back to like 83, 82. That's fine. We don't want it much higher than 85, 86 right now. Steve, what's your heart rate?
115.
115. Okay, so when do you cross over to zone 2, Steve?
I'm in zone 3.
You're in zone 3. Cut it out, Steve. Okay, that's okay. All right. All right. You know exactly where you need to be. If you need to slow it down, do it. Polina, where's your heart rate right now?
Right now it's 99.
99. Okay, great. Okay, great. Now you're going to accelerate with us shortly. Get ready, Polina. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Carol, where's your heart rate?
119.
119. Okay, that's okay with me. How about you? You're okay there? Carol? Yeah. Okay, great. Catherine, did you figure it out?
I can't get into the echelon to tell you my cadence, but my heart rate's at 101.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. No problem. No problem. Great. Let's see. Carolina, where's your heart rate?
100 plus 2.
Okay, that's perfect. Deborah,
121.
that's perfect. Oh my gosh. Did you just say that because you wanted me to be happy?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Great. Barry, hi. Where's yours?
93,
93. When did you cross over to zone 2, Barry?
a few minutes ago.
Good. Okay. What's the number you crossed over to zone 2?
About 90, 91.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, great. I forgot that. Okay, great. Super. Are you okay to stay there?
Yes,
Okay, great. Susan on the Jersey Shore, where's your heart rate?
126 lower zone 2.
I should have known it was 126. Yeah, exactly. Good for you. Good for you. And Susan in Toronto.
It's 96, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no,
Where-
it says, I don't believe it. It says 122 now.
Wow. Okay, it's trying to find it's trying to find where you need to be.
This is-
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Where's your RPM, Susan, there?
80.
Okay, all right, good. Okay, you got 2 more minutes, guys. 2 more minutes. Phil, where's yours?
122, I had to go to 33 though to get into zone 2.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Mike, how about you, honey?
100.
100. Good. Okay, stay right here, guys. Stay right here. You've got less than 2 minutes to ride. So if you're achieving all of that, Barry, and you can stay at 80 and keep your heart rate right there, that's spectacular. Deborah, if you
Okay.
want to do the same thing, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to bump up to 85 now. You're doing great. Oh my gosh. And Susan in the Jersey Shore with that gorgeous yellow behind you on those walls. I love it. Do you know yellow is my favorite color? So I think that's great. You're perfect right where you are. Carol, 119 is great. 120 would be great too. Don't feel like you have to go up to 85. Great. You guys are doing great. Wonderful job. Mike, stay right where you are. Norma, stay right where you are. Now, Polina, you're getting going. Let's giddy up, Polina. Get up there to 80 at least. 80. See that 80, 80. That would be great. Hold it right there, Polina, best you can. Catherine, you doing okay?
Yes,
Good. That's probably bringing up your heart rate to frustration. Don't worry about that.
it really is frustrating.
Oh,
I
don't
gotta
do
tell
it.
you.
No, don't do it. Just let it go, babe. You're here. You're here. You're gonna figure it out. And if you
Yeah.
don't figure it out, you know where you're gonna
I'll
have to
figure it
be.
out.
That's right. That's
Yeah, I just
exactly
put it
right.
together yesterday.
Oh,
No
oh,
problem.
bless your heart. Wow. And you can see Phil's knees coming up. So you can even tap into his cadence right there.
Phil.
Oh, yay, Phil is right. Good.
Go,
Okay,
Phil,
15.
go.
Yeah, really. 15 seconds to go. We're gonna all catch a heart rate. You're gonna tell me what your resistance was. And 8 seconds. Good job, Polina. You did a great job. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Get your heart rate and pull it back. We're gonna take 3 minutes to recover. 70 RPMs, take your resistance off. Norma, tell me about you there.
My heart rate was between 80, 88, and it took
Okay,
down to 27 rather than 30.
I like that. I like that. But the 30 is what did it. The 30 is what did it. Exactly. Good job. Good job. Really good job. Mike, where did you end up?
101 at 22.
That's good, Mike. Good job. Good job. Are you awake yet? Do you know your name?
No.
Okay, no. Okay. Sometimes I don't know my name either. That's fine. Okay, Phil, how about you on that last one?
122 at 33.
That's perfect. How'd you feel there? Okay?
Little work.
A little work ahead of time. That's right. Polina, what did your heart rate get to?
I hit 104 and I hit 80 or maybe even 82 sometimes, right?
Ooh, good girl, good girl. Keep it up, sweetie. You're doing great. Steve, where did you end up?
129.
Oh, that's kind of high, huh?
Yeah, so I pushed the RPMs down to 30.
Okay. 32. Good. Good. Carol?
122 at 23.
Okay, you're fine with that, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Catherine, how did you do? How did you get a heart rate?
I finally got it. I got the heart rate. I'm at 103.
Brilliant. Okay, how about cadence? Did you find your cadence or are you just watching Phil?
I just got it. So I'm at
Wonderful.
78 right now.
That's perfect, kiddo. That's perfect. Carolina?
100 at +2.
Okay, super. How about your RPM?
I'm keeping up.
Good job, honey. Good job. Deborah?
121 at 8.
That is great. Good job. Susan in Toronto.
106 at, my resistance was 26.
That's great, honey. That's great. Super. Okay, Susan in Jersey today.
127 at 1.5.
Oh, great. Good. Did you stay at 80 or did you bump up to 85?
I think I was at 80.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, we're at 70 now. Yeah, good. 80 or 85 was fine for that first stage. And how about Barry?
95 at 28.
Oh boy, okay. How was it? Was it okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, here we go, guys. Stage 2. Come on back. We're going 5 minutes again. Now, believe me, these are going to drop down as far as time frames with the stages. So don't think, oh my gosh, another 5-minute block. We're trying to establish our success. That's why we're keeping it at 5 minutes. But here's the thing. Go back to the resistance that you just left on that first stage, not the highest resistance, the resistance you just left. I want you to go to 85 RPMs. All right, let's begin. 85 RPMs, 5-minute stage. Okay, so what we're looking for, Deborah, we're looking for our heart rates to achieve where we were on that last effort. So we'll check in about 2.5 minutes, halfway through the stage. If those heart rates have not achieved that number that you just, or have gotten to the number that we had on the first stage, what we'll do is we'll bump up the RPM, not the resistance. See, that's not too bad, right? That's not too bad. So the thing is, when I've written this class before, and I didn't write it this morning, but when I've written this class before, after I first wrote it, what I found is the second stage, it was easier to get the heart rate up than it was in that first stage. Now, think about what I just said, easier because the oxygen is becoming more available, right? So that's what we want to feel. We want to kind of feel, I'm not saying it's easy, 85 RPM is challenging, but I want you to feel like it's the perceived exertion is kind of slightly dropping back, okay? Okay, great. So we're almost 20 minutes into class. In fact, we probably started at 10:29, so we might be 20 minutes in. So we might be feeling the success right now. We might be feeling that. Okay. So now we've got 1 more minute to ride. Start referencing, you know, how you're feeling and where your heart rate is, because you've got 1 more minute to find that level of success that you had on the last effort. Everyone had great heart rates, great heart rates. Now, if you would prefer, you can kind of check your output, use that output as your guide. If that's more available to you to monitor than your heart rate, chances are once you achieve your output and you kind of plateau your heart rate, you can use that. So you can always go back to that. All righty, so now you've got 25 more seconds. Perceived exertion, I'm not saying it's easy. Are you finding the level of success to be a little bit more available? Is that correct, you guys, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
And it's okay for me to be wrong. It's okay for me to be wrong. Okay, so start looking at your heart rate. If your heart rate does not meet where you just quoted me when we went through that heart rate check, you need to get up towards 90 RPMs. You've got 2.5 minutes. Does everybody know what I just said? Everybody understands what I just said, right?
Right.
All right, good. All right, good. Barry, what's your heart rate now?
It's 99.
Okay, so you're way up into zone 2, if not zone 3, right?
Upper end of zone 2.
Okay, hold it right there. Let's not go any higher than maybe 100 right now, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I know you're on board with that. I know you're okay with that, right?
Yes.
Good. Okay, Phil, how about you? Where's your heart rate?
125.
Well, that's fantastic. Isn't that fantastic?
It's okay. 126 is zone 3.
Okay, well, stay right there. You're in zone 2. Don't worry. Are you worried? Are you worried? Are you concerned?
No, what me worry?
Yeah, that's right. Norma, how about you? Where's your heart rate right now, love?
83.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous, Norma. Are you still at 27, your resistance?
I'm up to 29 now.
Oh, you bumped it up. You bumped it up. Okay, no problem. Catherine, did you need me? Are you okay?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I'm still just
Okay,
playing with
great.
it. Sorry.
All right. No problem. No problem. Mike, where's your heart rate?
103.
103. That's great, honey. That's super, super, super. Deborah, where are you?
125.
Wow, that's really great. I bet. Are you at 90?
85.
You're at, let's go to 90. Let's see what happens, Deborah. Oh, I'm so sorry, Deborah. Not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see where that goes. Because you've got a little bit of a range. You can get up to 130, honey, for the top end of zone 2, correct? Yeah, I had to go back to my notes right there. Good. Okay, Susan on the Jersey Shore, where's your heart rate?
133,
And isn't that where you need to be?
top of zone 2.
Yeah, I love Top of zone 2. That's like, do you know that song, Top of the World? That's, hey, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. Susan in Toronto, where's your heart rate?
105.
Wonderful. Carol, where's your heart rate?
130.
130. Okay, everybody, remember the resistance you use. Recover. Pull it all the way back to 70 RPMs. Take your resistance off. You've got 3 minutes to recover. That was fantastic. Paulina, where did you end up, honey?
111.
Oh my gosh.
I hit 85 a couple of times. Yeah.
Did
but I couldn't-
everybody hear that? She hit 80.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Oh, honey, we're so happy. Keep those pedals going. That's absolutely great. Wonderful job, everybody. Okay, so I checked in with everybody's heart rate as we were moving through the class. Did anyone see a huge lift towards the end, or was everybody okay where they ended up?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Kathy, I was 104.
You ended up at 104? That's a lot. That's good. Did you stay at +2?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, kiddo, that's great, Carolina. That's absolutely great. Okay, so stage 3, good news is it's only 3 minutes. It's only 3 minutes, stage 3. We're still working in zone 2. So with this zone 2, we're getting more mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells, when they're becoming more dense. When we ride in zone 2, that really provides that mitochondria what it needs to become denser and more efficient. So we're looking for that. It also improves our capillary density. So you know what the capillaries are, those smallest little blood vessels that come off the right. Susan, am I right? The arteries, the veins, capillaries that go way out, those little fingers all the way out. So we want to get better oxygen distributed. Zone 2 does that. The zone 2 training does that. Now, doesn't that sound like a good idea for today? Is that kind of what? No?
What?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I think so too. Yes, and it also helps us process the oxygen faster. That's why we kind of pushed you up into zone 2 earlier than what we typically do. So we got up there trying to work our body, getting it more productive, more efficient, utilizing that oxygen uptake. Okay, that's all I'll talk about right there, but I will talk about other things later on. Okay, zone 3, we're ready to go. 3 minutes long. You're going to use the heart rates that you ended up with as your goal to get to. You got to get there by 3 minutes. Okay, so you got to use the same resistance, right? Now you've got a range to work with. So we've done 80, 85, 85, 90. Now we're doing 80 to 90. So you got 10 RPMs to work with. What I would suggest is you start accelerating, get the heart rate where it needs to go, and then you can start slowing it down if you need to. Okay, that's my idea. If you want to do that, go now. You've got 3 minutes to get there. 80 to 90 RPMs. Utilize the resistance you had on your last effort. So what we want to do is we want to get our bodies used to kind of putting our bodies right under this kind of tension and being able to handle that and being able to use that oxygen that's available for us right now. That's what we want. That's what we want. Hold it right here. You're 80 to 90 RPMs. We're trying to get you back into zone 2. We want you to hold zone 2. It's kind of like that Seinfeld where he's renting the car and he goes up to get the car at the car rental place and they don't have his car rental. And he's going, there's all these reservations, but there's no car, right? So what we got all this oxygen out there. We want to pull that oxygen in. That oxygen is reserved for us. We want to be super efficient right now, super efficient. 3 minutes is not long to get there, so you've got to be mindful of where that RPM is. Once you achieve that heart rate that you just quoted me on that last effort, you can slow it down. You can slow it down. Don't drop down 10. Just slow it down nice and easy. Nice and easy, okay? Does everyone understand what I'm asking you to do? All right, okay.
Yes.
There's nobody confused here, or are you? If you're confused, oh my gosh, speak up, speak up, speak up.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes, 80 to 90 RPMs, holding that heart rate accountable that you had on your last effort, Susan, okay? So
Go
you
higher?
Pardon me?
No higher?
If you can go high, no, Deborah, I don't think much higher, no higher than 130 for you, okay?
Yeah.
No higher than
that was
130.
great.
But Susan, take your time because you're just joining us again, take your time kind of getting up there. Move through it. If you can hold your 90 efficiently, go ahead. If you need to start dropping it back to monitor that heart rate, do that too. So we're not pushing ourselves up into zone 3 right now. Phil, did you hear what I just said?
Okay,
Okay, thank you. That means he heard what I said. Okay, less than a minute to go. Everybody should be at a different RPM. Everybody should be utilizing the RPM for your success. Do not worry about getting to 90 if you can't maintain that heart rate. If it starts lifting out of zone 2, except for Steve, that you can blink and go into zone 4. But I know that you know how to monitor it for sure. Okay, great. You got 28 more seconds to go. Good. We're going to be doing another check. See how fast 3 minutes goes? It goes so fast. Keep it right here, keep it right here, keep it right here. 15 more seconds to go. I want to know your heart rate. I want to know your what you found with your RPM. And I want you to recover coming up in 3, 2, 1. Get your heart rate. And I want to know how your RPM ended up working for you on that last effort. Okay, we've got 3 minutes to recover. Norma, how did you do?
Heart rate 90, resistance 29,
29? Okay.
and the
Where-
cadence I think was like 86 or 87.
Okay, good. Norma, good. Norma, you don't have to work that hard. You don't have to go to 90 if you don't feel like you can do it on the next stage, okay?
It's
All right, okay. But you felt good. You felt good?
not really.
I didn't think you did by your face. Yeah, don't have to work that hard. Don't have to work that hard. Okay, great. Mike, how about you? Oh, sorry, honey.
103 at 22,
Good job. Where was your RPM?
80.
Perfect. We'll take it. Okay, Phil?
it was 130, but then it got down to 126 at 33.
That's great. So did it go to 130 when you went to 90 and then it dropped back to 126?
Yes.
That's what we like. That's what we like. You've made Mama very happy. Thank you so much.
I can
appreciate-
follow instructions.
Paulina, how did you do?
113,
Wow. Where was your RPM, kiddo?
between 80 and 85.
Can you hear that, guys? She's got it. I kept telling her she's going to get there. She's going to get there. Awesome work, Paulina. Awesome work. Steve, tell me about you.
Heart rate got to 128. I was at 34. And I kept my RPMs around 87.
That's great, Steve. Super. Okay, that's great. That's great. Carol, how about you?
I am 132 at 23, and I was going 90. I needed to pull back a little bit toward the end to 85.
That's great, Carol. That's great. Wonderful job. Catherine?
I got to 110, but the rest of it, I don't know.
That's okay, kiddo.
On my heart rate.
That's okay. I know it's frustrating. Carolina, how about you?
Yeah. 105 plus 2.
Okay, how was your RPM?
Between 85 and 90.
Wow, great job today. Good job. Deborah?
132,
Mm-hmm.
88 RPMs in gear 8.
Wow, isn't that cool? I mean,
Sure.
come on, that's cool. That is really cool. That's like, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Susan in Toronto, how about you, sweetie?
108, resistance was 30 RPMs. I got to 90.
Wow, you're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, Barry, Susan, hold the thought. Hold the thought. I'm going to ask you in just a moment. Let's get started with the next stage. This is stage 4. It's 3 minutes long. We're going to go to 85 RPMs. You're going to dial in what you just left as far as resistance goes. You're going to dial it in. Susan in Toronto, if you want to bump that up, go ahead, bump it up one more, okay? You're handling this brilliantly. Okay, so 85 RPMs, utilize the same resistance you had on your last effort. I'm not giving you a range. I want you to log in at 85. I want you to hold your 85. It's going to be 3 minutes long, beginning now. Susan, where was your heart rate there?
134.90 plus 1.5. That's the bottom of zone 3.
Okay, that's the bottom of zone 3. So nothing higher than that on this next effort, okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. And Barry, how about you on that last one?
103 at 28 with an output of about 55
How
at
about you?
85 cadence.
85 cadence. Okay, so we want you down closer to 100, 99, something like that, okay? We don't want not too much higher. If 103 pops up and you're fine with it, it's okay. I don't think you'll see that. I don't think you'll see anything higher at 85. How about you?
I agree.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, you're 45 seconds in at 85 RPMs. All right, great job, great job, great job. So we talked about the mitochondrial density. We talked about the capillary availability. The oxygen is going all the way out to those muscle fibers and the oxygen uptake is available. And then we're talking about the turnover of the oxygen, meaning that it's processing really quickly now. That's zone 2 training, zone 2 training. Now let's talk about how strong the heart is getting, right? So you bring these heart rates up here and you hold them on these, certain levels, 3, 4, 5 minutes long, the stroke volume of the heart increases. So that means every time that the left ventricle squeezes and sends out blood to all of our body parts, our head, our lower body or whatever, it's more efficient. So that way it doesn't have to beat so hard. It doesn't have to beat so many times. It's just the volume, the muscle fibers are getting stronger, stronger, stronger. So in a nutshell, this is great training, right? This is great training, provides us a lot of benefits, Now, this is what it says during zone 2 training, and I didn't feel like this at all. It's mentally relaxing. I don't know about that. Okay, so I found those 5 points very interesting. I didn't find zone 2 training very relaxing. So I don't know about you guys. So you don't have to think about, giving yourself more energy than what's available. You just kind of cruise it out is what it's trying to say. So that's where I want you to be for the next 35 seconds. This 3 minutes went fast. I'm so proud of you guys. You are doing fantastic. You are just filling that opportunity. You're making that available. You've got, let's see, 24 more seconds to go. Should be at those heart rates again now. We're looking for the zone 2 heart rates again. Not low end. We're going more towards high end now. We're ready for that. 10 seconds to go. Stay right there, guys. We're going to get another recovery. Lots of recoveries through this class, which has been good. 3, 2, all right, heart rate and recover. Great job, great job, great job, great job. Barry, we'll start with you.
Okay, it was back at 103
Yeah. Oh,
with resistance of 28.
wow. Now, perceived exertion. How did you feel about that? How did that perceived exertion
fine.
go, Jewel?
Good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah. That's good. That's good. Barry, that's kind of what we're looking for. That's absolutely great. Thank you for sharing that. Great. Susan on the Jersey Shore.
132, top of zone 2.
Thank you. Thank you for doing that. Did you get to 85?
90, I think.
Yeah, you
no.
bump it up to 90.
85, yes.
All right, cool, cool. That's really great. Okay, Susan in Toronto. How about you, sweetie?
95 for my heart rate, which is funny. My resistance went up to 31.
Uh-huh.
And I was able to get to 85,
Wow, great news. Great news.
but my heart rate didn't go up.
No, we'll watch that on this next stage. We'll see if we can get that back up to into the low 100s for you. Deborah, how about you?
134
Uh-huh.
in gear 8
Uh-huh.
and not like maybe 88 RPMs.
About
Yeah.
88. You had to bring it up to 88 to get to 134.
I
Okay.
think so.
It's hard to hold it back a little bit, isn't it? When you're used to bringing it up into those higher zones. Yeah. Carolina, how about you?
105 +2, and I stayed at 85.
Wow, good. We're not messing with that. That's good. We're fine with that, aren't we, Carolina?
Yes.
Yes, good job. Catherine, what was your heart rate?
108.
108, good. We'll
Oh,
take it,
that's
Catherine.
I wasn't really paying much attention to. I was still messing with the machine.
Believe me, I am, after raising 3 kids, I'm pretty used to being not paid attention to, so that's pretty good. No problem, Catherine. No problem. Carol, how about you?
132 at 23, and I was at 85.
Wow, love that, Carol. Doesn't that make you feel great?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Steve, how about you?
112 at 34, 85 RPM.
So what did the beta blocker just kick in?
Must have.
Isn't that interesting? Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. That's perfect. Good job. Polina, how about you?
115.
115? How was your RPM?
It was between 80 and 85. It was
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Congratulations, Polina. Great job. Phil, how about you? How about you?
I think it was 130 to 33.
130 at 33, I'll take it. Great. Okay, hold the thought, Mike and Norma. We're coming back to you. Okay, moving on to the next stage. We have 2 minutes. 2 minutes, stage 5. We're at stage 5. We're 90 RPMs. We got 2 minutes to get the heart rates where you left it. 2 minutes. That's not long. That's not long. We're gonna give it a go, okay? Don't worry about it if you don't get there. It's okay. Get to 90 RPMs, load the resistance you had on your last effort. You're gonna stay there for 2 minutes. Let's see what happens in 2 minutes. Let's see if that oxygen's available. All right, let's go now. 90 RPMs. Norma, on the last one, where were you?
90,
Okay.
87 cadence, resistance 28, and output I think was 55.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now be careful, Norma. Let's see what happens after 2 minutes here. 2 minutes here. Mike, how about you? Where were you on the last one?
103 at 22.
Love you, kiddo. And 85? Wow, that's really good. Good. All right, you're 30 minutes in, 30 minutes in, 30 seconds in. Does it feel like you've been riding 30 minutes at 90? Yes, of course it does. Okay, great. You guys are fantastic. So you are already 40 seconds into this 90 RPM effort. Yeah, see Deborah's face? That's exactly what you should feel like right there. Deborah, where's your heart rate real quick?
134.
134, okay, no higher, so you may have to drop back on the RPM just a little bit, okay? Let's try to keep it 134 or below. Okay, is anyone else seeing a little bit higher heart rate than they're comfortable with? Everybody okay? All right, great. 50 seconds to go. Oh my gosh, you guys have done a fabulous job. Fabulous job. Fabulous job. 45 more seconds to go. Keep it right here. Norma, where's your heart rate right now?
87.
That's perfect. I like that better than 90. Excellent work. Excellent work. Keep it right there. Barry, where's your heart rate right now?
It's 103.
103. Okay, no higher. If you want to bring that RPM back a little bit, do it, do it, do it. Susan in Philadelphia, where's yours?
129 zone 2.
I love that. Thank you for that. Susan in Toronto, your heart rate?
Just a minute. 90 something.
90 something. Okay. 90 something. Okay, hold it right there, guys. 3, 2, and recover. Good. Pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. This time we only have 2 minutes to recover. We'll have last stage will only be 1 minute. 2 minutes to recover, pull it back, hydrate. Okay, did anyone see a higher heart rate than what you had on the last effort? Yes, Carol,
Yeah.
what was it?
134.
134. Wow. Okay, so 90 really kicked it in for you, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Phil, did you see higher?
134.
Okay, 90 did it for you too. Anyone else?
124.
124 came back up. Wow, wow, wow. 90 will do it. And how about you, Carolina? 109. Oh, I like 109. I like 109. That's okay. That's good. That's good. All right, anyone else?
I'm 100.
160.
I'm sorry, say it again. Everybody's scared to say.
160.
116? Catherine,
Yes.
that's it. Good.
Yes.
Good job. Good job. And Susan in Toronto, did you tell me another number?
100.
100. Well, good job on that. Good job. Okay, one more minute to recover. Polino, how did you do on your heart rate?
110,
110. And what was your RPM?
let's say 85.
There you go, kiddo. You've only got one more minute to ride. You've only got one more minute to ride, okay?
Okay.
You are doing great. You are doing great. Okay, so the last stage is 1 minute long. We're gonna go back to that 85 RPMs. Use a range, 83, 86. You got 1 minute. You're gonna use the resistance that you had on your last effort. Let's see what happens in 1 minute. Let's see what happens in 1 minute. Shoulders down, chest is up. If you haven't had a drink, I want you to get a drink right now. I want you to get a drink right now. 15 more seconds to go. Stay right here, guys. Okay, get ready. Hands down on our handlebars, getting ready. You're gonna get to 85, load your resistance on really fast, because you got 1 minute to complete the class. 3, 2, and 85 RPMs. Let's go now. 85, load your resistance on. Finish it up, finish strong, finish strong, finish strong. Great job, great job, great job. Don't add any more resistance on. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Good job, good job, good job. Think about what you're doing here. Think about how efficient you are. Great, great. Would you say you're relatively relaxed at this point? Are you kidding me? No. Okay, 30 more seconds to go. Stay right there. You're so focused on your heart rate. You're so focused on your breath. You're so focused on your pedal stroke. Excellent job, excellent job. You've got 23 more seconds to ride to the end of class. Fantastic job. 18 seconds to go till the end of class. Don't leave me now. You're at 85, not 90. Don't go to 90. 10 seconds to go. Hold it right here. 8, 6, 4, 2, and you're done. Great job. Wow. Wonderful job, you guys. Congratulations. Just real curious. Sarah, Susan at the Jersey Shore, what was your heart rate?
133, rebound to 134, bottom of zone 3. 32
And you
is
got
up.
there in 1 minute?
Looked at the end.
That is unbelievable. Congratulations. That's really good. Really good. I'm sorry.
I added a half just to +2 because it didn't seem.
It's so hard. It's so hard not to add in resistance or RPM. I know. Well
I
done.
don't know where I am on this bike.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're learning. As long as you're there, it's a learning curve, right? But you did a great job today. You did a great job. Barry, where did you end up?
102.
Wow. You got there in 1 minute?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Catherine, where was your heart rate?
115.
Wow. You finally got it figured out, right? Okay. Bless your heart. Yeah, next time it'll be easier, maybe. Yeah, right.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Deborah, how about you?
132.
Woo!
I cheated a little bit. I went up to 90 and I added a little gear.
Everybody, I know it's confession time, right? It's okay. It's okay, no problem. Carolina, how about you?
105.
Great job. Great job. Good job. Carol.
129.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much for that. That is great. Steve's gone. Steve stepped away. Helena, how about you?
111.
Congrats. Did you get back up into the low 80s?
Yeah.
Woo, that's fantastic. Phil, how about you?
134.34.
Okay, no worries there. Mike, how about you?
101, and at the end, it jumped to 103.
Oh, wow. Good job. That was a good day for you today. Norma?
It was 88.
Mhm.
Resistance was 28.
Okay. That's fantastic. And I'm sorry, your output?
I forget. I don't know.
That's okay. Don't worry about it. Everybody, come on, you guys. You got to be so proud of yourselves today. That's zone 2 training. We're going to revisit on Thursday, but we're going to add a little bit more intensity, okay? We're going to get there and we're going to hold. Now, for you guys to get to those heart rates after 1 minute, that's incredible. That's incredible. Because think about what your heart rate was as you recovered at the end of 2 minutes. It had dropped dramatically, right? And to be able to put that pressure back on and to go ahead and bring that RPM up, that oxygen was there. It was ready for you. And that's how you got to those heart rates. Oh my gosh. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much. Great job. Okay, let's stretch some upper body, lower body, and we'll get you on the road to having a great day. Okay, shake it out. Drop the hands down. Good. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to start with lacing our fingers behind us. Okay, so we're going to do just a little bit different stretch after we do this chest opener. So we're going to drop the shoulders down, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and just kind of lift the chest slightly without compromising the neck or the low back. Okay, great. So release this out. Good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you just to kind of bring your arms right at shoulder level. I'm going to unplug this so it doesn't get in my way. And you're going to hold your opposite elbow. You're going to hold your opposite elbow below the collarbone, right in front of your chest, okay? Right away, I want you just to hold lightly, don't squeeze, and I want you to spread your shoulder blades wide. So open them up, okay? Now stay with that connection. Your rib cage lifts, you're going to turn to the right. You're going to turn as a unit to the right, and I want you to feel, tell me if you feel this in the mid-back, stretching through the mid-back.
Yes.
So just bring it around. Doesn't that feel fantastic? So come all the way back to neutral, back to the front. If you need to release your elbows, do it. We're going to do the same thing to the opposite side. Rib cage lifts, shoulders down, and come now to the left. So much of our ride, we contract through the mid-back. So much of our day, we aren't contracting mid-back. So we want to be able to really feel that stretch. Come on back to the neutral position. Excellent job, and release it out. Good. Shake it out, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Okay, big inhale, we'll reach it all the way up. And we're gonna bend the right elbow and bring the elbow close to the head. Good, so stretch through the triceps, good. Just then, so we're gonna go back to those familiar stretches. Great, 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 great. Good. And release it out. Lower it down, shoulder roll up, back, and down. Good. Inhaling, reach up. Okay, bend the opposite elbow. So if that was your left elbow, do it. If it was your right elbow, do it. Stretch out. Release it, cross it in front. Good. Good. Excellent. And slowly come back. Good. Shake it out again, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. How are those heart rates doing? Are they down enough? If not, we can continue to stretch.
Yes.
Okay, with the inhale, arms reach up. With the exhale, you're reaching all the way out to the end handlebar. Rise up with your feet parallel to the floor. So what you want to do is you want to keep those feet parallel to the floor. You want to soften your right knee or left knee, the front knee, let's say that. And lower the heel. Do the same thing with the back heel. Drop it down. Lengthen the spine so you can feel a long lengthening to the back. Good job. Okay, slowly come up. Good. Rotate those pedals and do the same thing on the other side. Great job. You guys are phenomenal. Whoever thought zone 2 training could be so challenging, right? Not just physically, but mentally as well, even though it was supposed to be a relaxing ride. All right, when you're ready, go ahead, lift the chest up, rotate those pedals, and come all the way down to the saddle. Great. Anybody get their new Peloton post yet?
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't either. Okay, so once you're sitting and you feel like you can do it, we're going to step off the bike and we'll be stretching lower body. So what I want you to do is you don't have to face the camera. I want you to face your bike. And I want you to bring both hands forward And touch the top, you can touch your saddle or you can touch the top of your handlebars. Just bring both arms straight out. So now what I want you to do is just slowly lower your head down between your biceps. At the same time you do this, I want you to shoot your tail straight back. So you should feel a strong stretch down the back of the shoulders, down through the mid-back, into the glutes, and then also stretching just a tad through those hamstrings. Now, you're gonna slowly come up, you're gonna lift yourself up. Good. And once you're up and you're not gonna get dizzy, just let go. Good job. Excellent. So what I'd like for you to do next is a quadricep stretch. So shift the weight to the left foot, bend the right knee, knee down, hip down, lengthen out through the quads. Good. How's everybody doing? So far, so good? All right. Now, we'll sweep this foot forward, cross that ankle over the top of that opposite thigh. Good, and you're gonna have a seat. Now, the more you can shoot that tail back and you can keep your chest up and your gaze slightly forward, open that, really just use those muscles of that hip, just open up that knee. It should feel fabulous. Now, slowly rise. You're gonna lift up this ankle, cross that ankle behind your supporting ankle, right? Squeeze those inner thighs together. The leg you have in the back is the arm that you reach up with, and we hinge to the side. Good. Good. Slowly rise and float down, uncross and kick out. Good. So now we're gonna shift our weight now to our right foot. Left knee bends. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. The opposite. Good. Hold here, please. As you release this, sweep that knee forward and up, cross that ankle, and have a seat. Good. Excellent. So the more you can hinge from the hip, but keep the chest up, the more you can shoot that tail back. All the weight is in your supporting heel. Slowly rise. Lift up that knee, tuck that ankle behind the opposite ankle. Good, squeeze those inner thighs. The leg you have in the back is the arm you're gonna reach up with and hinge to the opposite side. So you arc over. Good work. Come all the way up and slow it down. Good. Uncross those legs and kick out. Good. Shift your weight back, please, to the left foot. Step forward with the right. Flex your right foot. Sit back onto that supporting left heel. Good. Hamstring. Good. Now, stay in this position, but just drop your front toes to the floor. Just release out the front of that ankle and the front of that shin. Good work. Lift up your front toes, rise up, step together. Good work. Shift your weight now to the left foot, forward with the right, sit back onto the supporting heel, flex your front foot hard, hamstring here. Good. Now lower the front toes down and just relax here. Lengthen out. Good. Please lift up those toes and rise up, step together. Okay, one final stretch. Take the hands behind you. Good. Separate your feet hip distance apart. Now slide your tail down. And then just encourage your hips to come forward. Go ahead and lift all the way up. Good. Don't arch the back. Just open up through the front of the body. Keep lifting, keep breathing. And slowly release. Good. Good. And just let those hands float down. We have a final inhale to complete our class. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Oh my gosh, know that you were absolutely fabulous today, guys. Now, any questions about